Well, good morning. This is another day, another stream day, especially on here, each week. And actually, the first time it actually smoothly boot this one up this time, actually. I actually remembered how to do it. Usually I would forget, but I'm actually quite happy. And we got different music today. I found another kind of jazzy playlist to kind of go with today. Thought I'd give it a go, and so far I kind of like it actually. I wasn't too sure if it was going to be good enough to maybe fit in with the actual playlist itself, but we will see. Whoops. But yeah, today is pretty much going to be the same thing as yesterday. Boot up the engine here, and we'll just be placing today. Hopefully I made some tea instead of coffee, dehydrate myself like all day yesterday. I was like pretty well like dehydrated, and actually slept half decent, surprisingly. Slept half decent, although I thought like when I woke up this morning I'd be like, it's a little bit rough getting up, but then I woke up, so I'm kind of happy today. And I got my new hairdo. Got the new do going. And hopefully the quality is going to be good. Because I don't know if Watch Me Work and YouTube have a quality cap. So hopefully it doesn't stutter. If it does, it's gonna suck. Cause it's at 1080. God, look how sharp that is. My God. 1080 is insanely sharp. Hopefully they don't have a cap. I don't know how that works. Because I know Twitch does. Well, I'll just let I'll let people complain to let me know if it is no good. Did they get this their sub button on screen? That's really cool. I'm gonna have to look at how to do that. That'd be kind of neat. Alright, I guess I'll switch over. I'll switch the screens over. We'll get ourselves started. The red looks a lot more red today. This doesn't look right. Wait, what the fuck? Which one did I click? Which one did I open? Oh shit, this is the wrong one. Crap. I was gonna say, I'm like, that red looks way too red. This is the one that we want. Alright, we're gonna have to extra boot up time. I was worrying myself. I'm like, we've done so much. I'm like, how the hell did I screw up last night before I ended of not saving ever? But it's because I clicked the wrong build. So this is the one that we want. There we go. So now we can switch her over. This is looking much different. I like the darker red, but I think it's just because of the atmospheric stuff. There we go. See, that's what we want. That is what we want. I'm gonna have to do all the other skeletal meshes too. Either today, probably tonight. I'll probably do them tonight. So yeah, so yesterday, I finished off doing the rocks yesterday. I'll do a little quick fly through. Since we haven't been here in an entire week, I can't honestly remember where we left off. I should have probably looked at the previous stream and kind of seeing where we were last time, but pretty much since a week I have redone the entire environment. So I used to have a bunch of plants along here, if that's where we left off last time. Scrapped that, completely got rid of it. It didn't look good because when I think we created the rocks on screen and the materials, like these white materials and stuff like that. I think we created those that day. So yeah, I got rid of the environment, started over, started with the base, like the rocks, kind of like what I have here, to kind of get the layout of that, because when I had the plants down, it was hard for me to incorporate the rocks. So when I did that, I did that base, and then I placed the materials on the ground, placed the seed spikes next. There's some dead seeds around too as well, and then I went over top and started placing the plants. Some dead ones around, not as many as there was before, but there is a few. There's more so some on this side than the other. And then for the skeletal mesh, the reason why it's doing that is because it's doing some level of detail stuff, and I just haven't switched it to the actual texture. It's just like the, what did I call it? It's just the level of detail materials. So I could see that it actually changes the further I get away. So yeah, this is the one island that I completely finished since last week. I probably took about 2 days. I think a whole day of placing like the rocks and configuring those around, and then another day or so for placing the plants, because it's like I'm placing one at a time and trying to build like a little bit of a different, like a feel or kind of like a story as much as I possibly can. And then, so this is where we left off yesterday. Just kind of place the rocks, as you can see. Kind of place those there around. Kind of quick little tour. Hopefully the video is not lagging. Actually, I'm gonna bring up YouTube here, because I never did any research, to be honest, like if there's a cap on the quality that you can live stream at. I hope not. I truly hope not, because today's gonna be a rough one if so. I'm just gonna keep that open. I'm just gonna watch it as I kind of go through and give the last bit of the tour to make sure it's not stuttering any. And this one here is probably the most rocky out of all the islands here. And see, some of these islands, like this one here, I don't know if I can go over there and show you again, but it has like large deposits of only one kind, right? And this is the last one over here. Oh, this is a small one actually. There's not much going on here, but for now, but there will be hopefully something later. And this is the last one. I gotta make water to kind of go in here. But I'm gonna do that probably off screen sometime, because I gotta fix the one that's on the main island and then eventually put the one in here. And then again, this here's another major deposit. Because the main island here has got a bunch of deposits, but I got a bunch of like small ones. So if you're the risky type, I suppose, then you can go hunting for the big deposits. This one here is kind of cool. I like this one here, how this here turned out. Like that one's pretty neat. Big rock in the middle, a lot of rocks around it. So it can give you a lot of, might give you some cover, but not a lot. It's going to be pretty bare in that area when we start placing the plants in around on the land. Seems pretty smooth actually. Alrighty, so I guess we'll start placing. There's that's pretty much a catch up since last week. Either my nose is actually itchy this morning or someone's talking about me. I don't know. So I don't need to have this going. Seems like it's okay. Hopefully the one on Watch Me Work is good. Let me give this one a little boo. Hopefully it should be okay. Alrighty. So there's two things. Before I start placing the actual plants, I need to place a seed spike and then the dead seeds to kind of go with it. I'm gonna copy paste this over. Let's see. Definitely, probably gonna put two seed spikes, or I can put one in the middle, somewhere roughly in the middle. Right on top of this hill, maybe. Let's see what this looks like. If I put it here, it's just odd. It's odd looking. Alright. Do that. I could say it could clear and push, explode the seed far enough. I can't see why not. So I don't have to have two on here. I could get away with maybe one. Yeah, I think I'm okay with that. Let me find a seed over here that I can copy and paste over. They kind of look like a rock right there. I definitely place some like dead ones around this area. You're kind of around the rocks maybe. There's a bunch on the main island, so I don't know if I'll put as many around on this one. Maybe like 2 to 3 more, I think. And then I think I'll be okay with that amount. Is it still on the same? Shoot, it's not. Yeah, I think the 5. I think I placed 5 or 4. 5. I think 5 is okay here. And then the rest I'll do as plants. That's good in this area. Ooh, I should have made like a piece of toast or something before I started. I was going to, but I didn't think I had enough time. Because I haven't had like... Excuse me, I feel like I was gonna burp. Like a smooth start for streaming on here yet. It's always been like I couldn't find the right video to kind of link in, and then it, I don't know, I'd make an event, but it wouldn't stream to that event, and so it's so strange. I still don't know how the YouTube events work. So it seems like everything's okay, the 1080. Wow. It's a real privilege to stream in 1080. This is really nice. Right, the plants, the most important part. So we'll do the alive ones first, and then come back and do the dead ones. 1, 2, and 3. Copy paste. Now, hopefully the engine doesn't go too slow. If the engine starts to go too slow, we might have to take a little bit of a break and do some level of detail stuff. Because there's a lot of polygons going on right now. They're pretty high because of how large they are. Alright, let's see, where can we put some of these guys? I could do like kind of like a ring of plants maybe. Or it's just they kind of go in around this thing here. Kind of make it like a target. Right? Put one guy over here. Right. Try not to get too close to this because I made like a kind of a bit of a rule that the plants tend not to grow too close to that. That's why maybe there's some closer dead seeds. But the one that's kind of further, I haven't made up a story on why they have done that. It's something that I might work on. This part always takes really long, trying to figure out where to place them and trying to get that natural feel as well. Because I do have a lot of this plant, right? So trying to make it feel different in certain areas is a little bit more difficult. Had a great suggestion yesterday to add in some funky like alien grass, and I think it's a really good suggestion because I could place in, instead of it being everywhere, I could have it in, again, certain areas, and then use it as a material, another material that you can harvest. Because anything that's living in this world, you can harvest, because that's how the aliens in this world have made everything. That's how like the ship has been made. That's kind of how, spoiler, that's kind of how they've been made. Everything's organic. So anything that is not living, so like a rock, for an example, is not living, so they won't be able to harvest it. So it's something that's previously been living, like something that's dead, or it is living right now, is that they can harvest. So I don't know if I'll have time for my end of June date to make that that grass, which I think it would be awesome to have, seeing as I have some new stuff coming out. Well, we'll see what I can do. I know I'd have to pull. I don't want to stress myself out if I can't get it in there, right? Now, this one's really open. I'm not used to having it be this open on here. Usually the other areas had more rocks. That kind of broke it up a bit. So maybe I can come back if I feel like it's too many. I can maybe add in more rocks and some of the areas to break it up a little bit more or something. More of these ones. Add one over here too as well. This will fill it up, break up that repetitiveness. With the grass, it'd be an interesting, they said like a red grass, but I don't know what color grass I would do. Have to think of maybe another color, either like another offshoot green, like maybe a darker of this green or something. Kind of place that on the ground. Had another good suggestion too, to kind of give some variant textures, like a little bit of a darker green, a little bit of darker blue, and stuff like that. Kind of help break it up a little bit. But I haven't taken the time to do that yet. Place all the living ones, and then once I get the dead ones over here, I'll probably be able to delete some of the living ones to kind of help it out. Kind of get some in here, probably 2 to 3 over here. On an angle. Lots to cover, lots to think about too, because which areas will be a little bit more bare. Alright, kind of getting close to this thing gets a little bit more iffy on how close they get. I think as close as I'm going to get to that is probably going to be almost like the same side. If I do something like this, so it's not even. Right. I already got, was it 2 or 3? I got 3 of those crystal plants there already. So I'm not gonna put one over here. I'll probably put some more on down over here somewhere. I have to definitely shuffle some of these around a bit. Kind of oddly like evenly placed here. There's no add maybe one in here. The final touch, I don't know if we'll be able to get to it, but the final touch, either today or tomorrow, will be coming in and then doing the height variation. Because I have not done that yet. Because everything's all at exactly the same height. So I gotta come in here, pick some plants, vary some height. See like how this one's teeter that a bit. And bring this one down more. Probably change a bit when we actually fly around here. In here, it's very open and there's nothing going on. Is this something that would be good to have, or something not so good? I'll add one down here too as well. Maybe close to that guy. So I don't want to have it always busy. Alright, it is very smooth here. Do I add a couple rocks in there? 'Cause it's pretty rocky as it is now. I could add maybe one single seed right here. Just to put something. Now that I'm actually getting close to finishing the end of this, like my, what is it? Task is not the right word that I'm looking for, but it like that, like my challenge, like personal challenge. Gave myself a timeline to recreate the whole world, to create all these new assets, to get it in there, and to finish it off within the 3 months. So we literally got till Saturday. Saturday has to be finished by the end of my 6-hour working period, and I gotta start thinking of how I'm gonna celebrate. Right? I think after all this hard work and fun, it was actually a freaking blast, and I think that's the most important part of it. The entire time I've just been having a blast, even though I ran into like a couple. Did I run into many issues? I think I probably ran into some for odd like code stuff, or like the simple code stuff. Had some weird troubles with the skeletal mesh stuff, but got that figured out. Even just like the world placement, how am I gonna do that? And is it gonna look okay? To like a few texture changes along the way, like this used to be a little bit different, and same with the crystal plane, like that used to be different. Even to like setting up the actual world for like level streaming, trying to keep the game as low as possible for optimization. So whatever I know that I can optimize myself without doing too much extensive research for like the technical side, which I'm not too familiar with yet, whatever I can do myself. I have been able to do with some research, like the skeletal mesh stuff and how to kind of create your own level of details, and it's been great. It's been fun. I've learned a lot, which is really good. So I gotta think, how can I reward myself? Alright, even though that this might be done, I'm not going to be actually done. There's still a couple things I need to do, but the initial challenge to get the whole world done within that time frame, I thought was a bit of a stretch for me to do, seeing as when I was planning it out, I thought, man, this is gonna be really tough. I'm like, I might burn myself out again, but not even close. Kept to a schedule, did it every day for an average of 6 hours a day. Yeah, it was great. And I should say, today I'll only be here for hours today. I'll be here till 12. So much open space for me to fill up on this island here. So with the other one I had more rocks in like areas like this, but I think I felt like I was able to fill this up pretty easily. It didn't feel as open until I started getting these plants in here. Now it's just like there's actually a lot of space in here. How can I celebrate? Go buy myself a nice dinner somewhere? A nice supper? Am I thinking about this too soon? Should I wait till like the day of? On the 30th? To go celebrate? Maybe I can wait. Gonna get ahead of myself here. Alright, so there's gonna be a bunch down here. I'll probably add I was thinking about adding like a couple more down here, like of these guys. But I think I might add one in around here, a couple of these plants. I will wait till I get there. It's gonna be cool to kind of create the cinematic stuff for this too as well, and kind of show it off a little bit better. I'm gonna have to look up that. Probably create a separate build for just the cinematic stuff, so that because I know I've done cinematic stuff within like an actual like engine build, like game build, and it kind of confused the shit out of me because it's like I had a bunch of additional folders and. What is going on? Like this camera's going here, and I'm like, because then you start placing things, and I have to start placing objects like the character in there. It's a much different thing that I have to kind of read about and understand again. Let's see here, what can I do? Can I create another open space here? Kind of leave myself some, whatever it might be. The thing is, it's like leaving the open spaces, I don't know what, excuse me, I don't know what I'll put there yet. I don't have any ideas what I'll put there as of right now. But do I just kind of plan for later on? Like maybe I could place something there later? Or do I fill it? Maybe fill it now, and then if I need space, then just remove what I don't need to make space. Maybe I could do that. That's probably a better idea. So right now I'm just kind of, I think right now what I'm going to try and do, instead of try and place so many, I'm gonna kind of space them out a bit, and then I'll come back over and then add more where I see I need some more. Kind of just put this guy down by the water a little bit more. There we go. Get that nice little rotation. this guy down. Excuse me. Definitely, I think if I add the grass in, I think in these open areas here, that's where I could probably put them, right? Nice little bushes of that stuff in these areas. I was gonna put them in around the rocks, but I've done that with the previous material. So maybe this one here, in like the big open areas, like this here, maybe could be that. I just gotta think of how I'm gonna incorporate them. That's the only thing, because I've incorporated these from this, so that grass would have to also come from this as well. So like, does the grass, maybe the grass is only in around this area, so then I guess I couldn't really fill it much over here if I only put the grass in around the seed spikes, right? I could maybe do like small patches, assuming that like maybe the wind carried it when it like did its like seed spray or something. It maybe blew some in around, so like the mains areas would be like in around the seed spikes, but then small like tiny patches elsewhere. Maybe that's what I could do. I'm kind of feeling that, honestly. Weird alien grass. I have to do a bunch of level of detail on that stuff too as well. Sculpting, rig it. Pretty much the same thing how I did these guys here. I'll have to do with the grass. I'm picturing red, but red doesn't really go good, only because it's not part of what this area is like. Because each area has like its two main colors and then kind of like variants after that. A little bit darker, a little bit lighter. Lots to add here. Oh, you know what? Oh, we're getting close. So now that we're finished on this area, I gotta come to this one. Cut this guy off. Paste him in. Since we're on another sheet, a landscape tile. Gonna make sure that the right plants are in the right tiles. Because when this thing decides that it wants to unload, everything that's on it unloads properly. So it'd suck to see a plant on another area that's unloaded and you see it floating in nothingness space. You're like, wow, that's if you can able to see that far. So I'm just kind of watching myself Definitely want to put like a plant in front of here. A plant or two. It's a cool like little hidden area in here that you could use for whatever. Alright, copy paste. Put another one there as well. Hide that a bit. Maybe I can put, I don't know if I'll put something there or not. Maybe I'll just leave it like this. The other islands won't take nowhere near as long as this one. This one's the second biggest to the main one. That's why it kind of takes the longest. Here, and then like maybe add a couple in there. Put that like in the middle. Maybe I'll put it over here. There we go. Give that a save. And I'm going to bring over one of these guys. Him there. So that's pretty good. So I think what I'm gonna do is, so now I got that one there, I got a bunch over there, and I got a couple over there. I think I'm gonna keep it like that. I think that's enough for these guys. These guys are obviously a lot. Bring over that crystal plant. Snipe. Definitely there's a lot of open areas on this one here. I don't know if that's going to be a good or bad thing. Over here? Either over here, in there, maybe in here. Some open area here. I might add in. I'm gonna definitely have to reconfigure this some more. I'm not feeling it. I'm not honestly not feeling this this area too much. It's definitely missing something. It doesn't got the same feel of which those ones there have. It's probably because they have a lot more rocks kind of in around the area, so it kind of made it feel a little bit more tighter in that way. The heck? No, let's bring over some dead ones here. Can't forget about the dead ones. There's one there. Okay, we'll bring him over so that I have him copied. Right, there we go. This guy. Where's the last one? So this will hopefully give it a little bit more of a different feel here. How far does this one here extend? Okay. So I'll definitely maybe put a dead one over here. A dead one of these guys. Sneaks in here. It's really tight. Yeah, definitely didn't live long in here. Seed was kind of lucky to land in this one. Definitely makes sense for that to be dead there. Make sure it's not in anything. There we go. See, it's still kind of glitching. Maybe this is too tight. Maybe this is too tight. So they're in this rock or it's in another rock. Okay, new spot. New spot right here. Or should I make these ones inland? That may be more smart. I don't know. Maybe it doesn't really matter. Yeah, no. We don't want to... Definitely, this one's definitely going in this spot. Feeling it. I think that's on the other... Oh, it's not. Okay, good. And this guy, where can I put him? See, here we go. Delete that one. That's what we want. See? Perfect. This will help it. This will help break it up a little bit, add a little bit more of the flavor to this area. We cannot have an uninteresting area, right? It's gotta have something to it. Might not be all likable. It's like, oh, this is kind of an interesting spot. Whoops. Reaching this far to type is hard. It's going to be. See, when I pause these videos, I don't stay caught up to what they're doing. I just don't want to lag down the internet that's the only. Oh, and almost knock over my my tea in the process. Ooh. At least it wasn't a full cup. I got lucky there. Man, did I ever elbow that cup? Oh, I elbowed it good. All right, so let's see. I was gonna add something dead in here. Bring this. I'll maybe add him. So now we'll come back over to this area. It's I don't know if it's like really full time. Yeah, I guess I'll just say that. I don't need to go into the whole thing. I guess it's like a hobby. I'm not getting really paid to do it. But then it's like at the same time it is full-time. So it's like a weird gray zone. A full-time hobby? Is that a thing? Full-time hobby. I'm assuming a full-time hobby is a thing. We're gonna make it a thing if it's not a thing. It certainly is a thing. It's a thing now. This area is not. It's not. There's something about this one is not really flying with me here. We're gonna have to really reposition, I think, a lot of this stuff on this area. It's just something about it. I don't know what it is. Because it looked good with the rocks. It's just placing the plants on this one, I feel like it's just way more difficult. than it has previously been. You know what? I'm gonna stop looking at color, maybe. Let's do this. See if this kind of changes anything. Kind of how we look at it. Because I can kind of tell which ones are dead just by the lean. Alright. Put this one over here. Oh, what? There's one in this one? Weird. Okay. So... do I keep this guy here? Let's try it. Let's keep him there. That's not the dead one. This is the dead one here. Full-time hobby. I kind of like that. A full-time hobby. That's what it should be. The day that it actually turns into a paying hobby. That's a good question to ask. Would you like a full-time hobby? Because work sucks. Right? Boo to work. I need like a napkin or something, but I don't have one. And I get this one away from the rock. Kind of put it in there. bring this one down a bit. Wanted to hide that in there a little bit, but I can hide it with the grass when I input that in, maybe. Maybe. Good old story for that grass. What is the story behind that grass? Interesting on how to use it too. How am I gonna use the grass? It's getting a little bit better, actually. Like a little bit. These small, like little adjustments to kind of help fill in the gap, like these gaps. It's like spacing them out a bit, but trying to keep them not so even, two at the same time. Right, do I either put that there? Oh shit, we only got like 45 minutes left. 45 minutes, man. Time flies by. Absolutely fly in. The real test is when we start flying around. But so far I'm kind of feeling this layout. This layout is a little bit better than it was previously. Small little adjustments help. Now over here, this one kind of sucks too. So we've got to add some dead ones in here. Definitely need to add dead ones here? What do you think? There's nothing down in that. I think I'm gonna keep it like that. Let's bring him over. might do another dead one in here too as well. Right beside it. And then where is it? It's not intersecting, and I'm okay with that. We only have like one technically. Oh no, we have two dead crystal plants. Definitely a lot more crystal plants on here than anywhere else. I think that's kind of cool. Maybe that's what I should have done. Maybe I should have made more crystal plants on this guy instead of these ones. Shit. I can always change that later if I'm still feeling it. I'll think about it. I'll think about it. Add, bring a dead over here. The dead. I'll just help break up that open spot just a little bit. Just got a severe lean. Oh yeah, right on that hill. That's it. Looks like it's gonna fall over. Oops. Ooh, it's like holding on for dear life. It's not gonna fall over. Shit. I don't think it's gonna work. I think it's too steep. Actually. Is that enough weight? It looks kind of weird. I have to move it up a bit, I think. Too steep, it's not leaning enough. Now it'll be nice and stable. There we go. Breaks it up a little bit. Okay, where's the seeds? I think that's a seed here. And a couple seeds over here. There's one crystal plant here. 1, 2, 3, 4. for like every one of those I delete, it'd be like 2 of these. So they're much bigger than, they're much smaller. So I'll add 2 here in the middle, see what that looks like. Have them next to each other. Why not? Right? There's no rules against it unless I invent it. Because I usually have them kind of spreading them out, but maybe in a rare case, it's more crystal on this island, so they tend to be a little bit closer than maybe they originally would be. Someone just followed my stream. Oh, someone I follow. That's cool. Oh, that's a good question. I feel like you change it. Can't type it. I don't know if you can change it live or not. A couple more. Need to. Not feeling how they are like that. So I'm gonna swap these. Gotta have something in between them. It just doesn't look right. They don't look right together. These crystal plants are not meant to be together. Oh, there's 3 over here. 3, 5, 6, 7. There's a lot over here. 7. How many is over here, I wonder? 1, 2. 3, 4, 5. Wait, hang on. Let me start over here again. Is this one? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9. And then there's 7 over here. 9 there, 7 here. Let's see, maybe I can create... I think these are pretty well staggered in that one. So I think over here I can add another one. Be 8. Put one here. And then maybe one over here actually. So what we'll do, delete that one. Getting too close there, Mr. Crystal Plant. So it's about 9 now, I think 3, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, 9 here, and I think there's 9 on the main island, so that's pretty good. 18 crystal plants. The layout of this one's alright. I think I'm okay with this one. It's not like perfect. It's definitely something that I think will improve over time. I don't know if it's like I have to add more rocks in certain areas, like in here, like how it's no rocks, but a lot of rocks here. But I think it's okay for now. Hopefully this is all on just about 1, which is perfect. So let me think. Before I go ahead and decide to drag more plants over, see if I can come up with an idea. So I think maybe that's why that one didn't turn out with a really good feel, is because I didn't really have much of an idea beforehand. So I'm gonna try that this time. Whoa. This one's not gonna have very much on it. Shit, you know what I need? I need a seed spike over here. Where do I put it? Wherever I put this determines on what area is not gonna have many plants at all. Maybe here. Whoops. I know, I think I have an idea. Mostly live, like a few alive ones here, and then that's gonna trickle into some dead ones, I think. Up, get up, over to the ground. Let's see, I'm gonna try and not put the claw plant on this one and see what it looks like. So I put them on every single one, so maybe if I just do this plant, see what it looks like. I don't leave that like that. Leave it. I think that's gonna be as far as that they're gonna go. I think no further than this. And they're gonna start to die. I just thought of an idea. The way that they die, should there be a reason for it? I'll have to think about that one. Like either they always face away from it, like the plant is in shame that it it lived too close like this, or is it just in whatever direction? I'm gonna have to do some. Oh, you know, I'm gonna have to do some that are on the ground that actually like fell over or something, like completely fell over. Not the reposition one. That's a good idea, actually. Caramel swirl. There's a certain way that I'm gonna go about doing this. I think I'm gonna kind of bring more of these in first. So what I'm trying to create looks like a fade almost, kind of like they trickle in a line or something and they start to die off like that. So let's see, I think I like the amount that I have of them. So it's just a matter of, I want to position them in a way yeah, something like this, I think. Oh, they're touching. Can't have that. Should I create one more here? Let's see what it looks like. This is probably as close as I ever gotten to the seed spike. I don't know if that's good. Whoops. Whack the mic there. Probably went. move on to the next one. This guy. Yeah, I think we're gonna have to take a little tiny break. Little tiny break. I just gotta go use the washroom. There we go. Alright, we got about 13 minutes left, and then I'm gonna, here in a little bit, wrap her up for today. I don't know if we'll have enough time to complete this island, but at least I can start placing this. We can start kind of figure out what we should put on here. Definitely gonna do like the mix again, I think. Definitely the standard goo plant, and then probably the claw plant for this one. And then, actually, looks like a crystal there, nothing there. Should I make an all crystal island? Because I got 18 spread across here. Could do all crystal. Let's try it. Let's do it. Let's see what an all crystal island looks like. Right? It might look dumb. We can always change it. Alright, we can't forget the seed spike. We gotta put that in there somewhere. There we go. Seed spike, come to me. Certainly gonna put this one in the center. And like that. There we go. Make sure that it's not intersecting into anything. It should not be. Nice, looks good. I wish this thing wasn't so black though. It's a little bit too dark. Ah. That's cool. How the heck do they get their subscribe to me on here? That's so cool. Oh. So let's see. Definitely need that dead crystal. Can you spawn it from here? Ah, there's one. Right here. Like a crystal island. That one's might be, there might be a little bit more dead on this than I kind of expect there would be. It's a small little place. The thing I'm gonna have to do is gonna have to edit the blueprint so that oh, that stupid shape. So that some of them have the crystal by it and some don't. So I think it's, this one's getting a little bit too much. It always has it in the same spot. I need to rotate that differently. Oops. Yeah, not as many as I thought that there could have been. It certainly is interesting nonetheless. That's only crystal on here. It definitely does switch it up a bit. It's not always just all the same. So I think this is a good idea to think of. Is this on a different... Ooh, close. No, it's not though. You know what? Even though the crystals, I thought the crystal island would have been a little bit weird. Cause this thing is weird. I didn't think it would have looked like good as like a cluster, right? It's not half bad. It is not half bad. shit. We're running out of time. We are running out of time. Nice simple island. I kind of like it. Not much going on, but you have an idea. Place to get crystal. Although it is way more in the open. I like creating these risks. Risky people. Who's gonna take the chance? Buy a main deposit, all this crystal. Now there's a lot of crystal in the area, which is I'm okay with. It's just like over here, you have more chances to high, but the your rotation would be longer, right? But if you come over here, your material rotation would be much shorter, so you could do a lot more, a lot quicker, rather than here would take, over there would take a lot longer. Or if you do the entire thing, that'd be quite impressive. I don't think I'm putting anything here because it's too small, but definitely gonna put something on this island. And then, you know what, honestly, I've in 2 hours pretty much just like almost did the whole thing. Went by a lot quicker than I thought it, excuse me, what I thought it would. Especially when I got that one there done. It went by really fast. Still have to do some testing, like flying around, so that will take some time to kind of get the overall feel, what it feels like. Looking at it, it's like I kind of like this, kind of like that. This one is okay. I'm like, this is like a 7 or 8. That's like a 5. I feel like I can change a lot in it. We'll see how this one here feels. This one's going to be completely different. I'm going to use a lot of the claw plants to kind of rim around where I'm going to put the water in there, kind of rim around it. So that's going to be a little bit more of a different feel from what the other ones will be. Probably do the mix of the two, of the goo plant, the leafy one, and then the claw kind of rimming around. I don't know if I probably won't do any crystal on this one. I'll probably stay away because I have the crystal here throughout that one and then throughout the other island. So this one's probably claw and a little bit of the goo leaf, whatever we might call it. But yeah, I think that pretty much wraps her up for today. Today was a lot shorter. I'm trying something different here. So I thought I'd try 2 hours on here and then 2 hours elsewhere and see how that would go. Still trying to get the feel of the being in 2 different places. But yeah, I think I'm gonna try that today. Get some really cool artists hanging out here today too as well. Yeah, that looks really cool. And I gotta figure out that subscribe button. That's pretty key. It seems like that's cool. I don't have that. I don't think I do I? Wait for mine to load. Next time I'll have to try maybe a voice chat or something. See what that's all about. we'll say our quick little bye, and then I will end the stream after that. Go to this stream so that I am able to. Actually, I can keep it here. I don't need to. We'll wait for them to respond, because I know a lot of people just say it and dip right away. I don't mind hanging out for a couple more minutes. I don't know what I'm gonna do for next week. Oh, right. I guess I should talk about next week for a little bit. Next week is honestly gonna be a little bit of a rough one. I got family coming to visit, so streaming is up in the air. I'm gonna make it fit in. I'm gonna try and be here for 10. I have to be here for 10, so I'm gonna have to work it in. So it might be probably about 2 hours that day. If I can get a little bit more, I'll give a little bit more. Hopefully it's not less than 2 hours. 1 hour is definitely not long enough to hang out, right? I don't know if there's any really easy way for. I can't really let you know, but I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try for 10 o'clock. If I can't make it on, then you know the reason why. Just family. I wanted to do something else and I wasn't able to. I should be able to. 10 o'clock is pretty early. Everyone should probably just be getting up and getting ready, so I could probably sneak in a couple hours stream or so of doing whatever it might be. I have no idea because I'm so close to completing this. I don't know what we're going to be doing. We might be starting something completely brand new and expanding out into the world, which I still have to kind of depend on if I should do that yet. Only because I need to see what the interest is for this type of game, like the type of style and stuff like that. So I have to be a really close. I have to think a lot about that one. Is how much do I kind of expand out from here, right? Like I was thinking about the center island, just this, because it's a major part, but it's not huge, like a whole new area, right? So we will see what happens next week. Next week, I guess, will be more so a surprise than anything else. Alright guys, I'm off for today. You have a good one, and keep that creative mind going.